Okay, good morning, everyone. We're live. Dadurday, March 30th, 2019. Yep, you know what that means. We're ready to go. 4 riders live here in the studio. Holden, Comeau, Ryan Larson, Larry Parker, and Bob Victor. Bob Victor and Larry Parker are off to the races in the B ride. This is a chase race. D riders go first. C riders are 6 minutes behind them. B's are 9 minutes behind that, and A's are 11 minutes behind that. Each group is working together. Each group has its own leader in charge of that specific category, trying to chase the category in front of them. So this is a race within a race. We're doing 3 laps of the park perimeter loop. Right now I'm looking at Brian Schmidt. In front of me we have 4 live riders in the studio. Let me click their names. You can see on my screen, this is Matt Thoman leading the troops. Here we are. Ryan Larson in the top left and Larry Parker in the bottom left. Both team VR2209. Top right is Holden Comeau. Bottom right is Bob Victor. Now the 2 on the bottom, they're off. They're in this B pack right now. That's Bob on the right and that's Larry on the left. I can see over my shoulder Bob and Larry are still here. This is Larry. Let's give Larry a ride on. So this is the view in front of me. I have 4 riders in front of me in the studio, the Dirt Indoor Specialist live studio. We're live on twitch.tv/indoor specialist, also Facebook Indoor Specialist, and also on YouTube Dirt Zwift Team. This is the overview of all 4 riders. Here's Bob. There he is. Bob's in the pack. The avatar we're clicked on right now is Larry. That's Holden, national champion. Here's Larry. Right now we're on Larry. They're going around park perimeter 3 times. So this is a little deceptive because there's really no reprieve at all on park perimeter. Every uphill is followed by a swift downhill. However, it's not really enough to recover. So all of these guys are going to be at a maximum to above threshold heart rate the entire time. Here's Matt Thoman telling the group to go 4.5 up this hill. Everyone in this pack has an FTP between 3.2 and 4.0. Here's Thoman, the leader. Chris Dornbach's on the front. Busick is on the front. New Heights. Now New Heights is the lightest rider here, and here goes Carver. Carver at 7.2, pounding it up this hill. This is the steepest portion of this course. Carver and Busick on the front, followed by New Heights. These are the 3 to look out for if the B pack can stay away. Like I said, they're all trying to work together. However, they're trying to win within this pack. So it's about going just hard enough to keep the pack together and keep the numbers, because if you don't have numbers, you'll never be able to catch the guys in front of you. Right now below me is Larry Parker. Larry Parker is live here in the studio, March 30th, 2019. We're at the Dadurday race, and we're following the B's right now. So the A's just went off. Let's take a peek on the A's. We have 2 A's with us. I'm going to click the avatars back. The B pack is still there. Both of our B's are still in there, but I want to get back into the A's. Okay, so the A's. The entire indoor specialist team is here. This A pack is going to be fast. Here's Holden. Now Holden today is rocking his brand new, newly issued U.S. National Championship jersey. Holden is the 2019 Zwift National Champion. Here he is on the front. This is a fast pack. It's not the biggest pack, but these guys are the fastest riders in the entire game. Here's Aaron Coles. Shout out Matt Brandt, Ryan Larson. Now Ryan is here also live in the studio. They're going up V1 incline of the race, and you see the B's just went up this, so the A's are already flying. There's Holden getting out of the saddle. Here's Ryan also getting out of the saddle, pushing 7.0. Now all 4 of these riders are on a Neo. There's no questioning any of these riders' legitimacy. They're all on a Neo. They're all going as hard as they can. You can see the pain in their faces. Let's do the big picture, all 4 of these riders. Right now we're watching Ryan Larson off the front. They just crested the steepest portion of the climb. The pack looks a little broken up but okay, so only 13 left. Maybe not even 13. Only 11 left. But I think that's still enough because these guys were cranking out 7+ up that incline, and they're still going 4+ on this downhill. They're flying right now. Let's check the Bs. Okay, so the Bs still have time. It looks like about 1:30 seconds up on the Bs, and the Bs are our bottom 2 riders. The bottom left is Larry Parker, and then the bottom right is Bob Victor. Bob Victor on the bottom right looks like he's in all sorts of pain. I think Bob was just dropped by the group. There's Bob. Oh, Bob. Just off the back. So it looks like Bob's going to work with Steve Morgan. Bob needs to grab Steve's wheel, and these 2 riders can then work together. 13 seconds up is the main B pack led by Matt Thoman. Like I said, we have 4 riders live in the studio. You can see me waving up here in the green screen behind them. I'm sitting right behind them. This is the view I'm looking at right now. I want to show you quickly. So if I take away this going live thing, and I take away this ISTV, this is the view of all 4 riders. This is my favorite view of the whole thing. This is the behind the scenes. You can see Holden getting out of the saddle. Holden is the 3rd Neo. The first Neo to the left is Ryan Larson. You can see all of them absolutely hammering, giving everything they got. We have 2 Bs, we have 2 As, 3 laps park perimeter. It's just absolutely phenomenal. Let's get back into the race. The Bs have taken away about 45 seconds from the Cs. The Cs started 3 minutes ahead of the Bs, so they have about a minute per lap. Oh, and here's Joe Donahue. So Joe was here last week. Joe's in the race. Maylena is here. Let's give Joe a ride on because we saw him last week. Blake, Ed the Bazooka, I believe, is the leader of the Cs. So the Cs are charging ahead. They're just going to cross 1 lap. So if you look at the top right, you can see my cursor. Right here, you can see where my arrow is the start-finish banner. They're almost finishing 1 lap. They're only doing 3 laps. This is a short race. It'll take the Cs about 45 minutes, and I expect the Bs to be around 42 minutes. Let's showcase some Ds, because this isn't just about A's and B's. This is also about D's, and this D group looks significant. Wow. So I'm looking for the D leader. Here's the D leader, Len Baird. Len's the leader of the D's. If he types anything on the screen, it'll be in front of the D's on their main screen. So he's typing, he's charging the troops, he's on the front, he's cranking out 2.6. Look at that avatar. Wow, that's a good looking avatar, if I say so myself. Here's Dave Smith. Dave Smith, one of the friendliest guys on Zwift. You rarely see the D's working this well together. Les Chadwick, let's give Les a shout out, let's give Les a ride on. I'm really surprised. Over 20 D's still together after 1 lap. I don't know, this could be the D's race to lose. The D's they finished 1 lap, they're doing a little downhill right now. Here's Barton. Let's give Barton a ride on. And that's what Indoor Specialist is. We're showcasing all the groups. This is a race anyone can win. A D can win, a C can win, a B can win, or an A. They all start separately. All the time gaps are perfected. So in a perfect world, they'll all finish at the exact same moment. This is actually called a handicap race. Here's Big John Anderson. I'm going to give Big John a ride on. I like showcasing all these guys. Kim Beezer with the green jersey. Very impressive. Let's do a final count. 32 left in the C's, which is not as many as I expected. They just crossed the start-finish banner. So the key right here is this mini map on the top right. You can see all the different color dots. The C's are blue. The D's are yellow. So they're picking up right now a little group of D's. But the greatest thing that I have for you to showcase is the 4 riders in front of me. All 4 of these guys are here live in the studio. They're riding. They're crushing it. On the left is Ryan Larson. To the right of him is Larry Parker. To the right of him is Holden Comeau. And to the right of him is Bob Victor. All 4 of these riders have traveled anywhere from 90 minutes plus to ride here this morning at 7 a.m. Wake ups between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. They all drove here. We're having a phenomenal time. It's getting heated. You can hear them yelling at each other. I want to move back to the B's and the A's because I want to show where these packs are. Here are the B's. Here's Thoman. Again, Larry is still here. Let's show Larry. Okay, there's Ryan. But here's Larry. Still looking good. Heart rate 160. Heart rate hasn't moved too much. He's looking phenomenal. Larry did the morning grind on Wednesday, and he tried a breakaway before the Volcano KOM. So Larry is a fearless rider. He can do anything. I see a power-up going on the front, and this is a smart strategy. If someone is willing to use their power-up... Oh, Joe Randall. We've had Joe live on the broadcast. So Joe Randall using his arrow power-up in order to make the pack move even faster. So these are the type of things that are going to win the entire race for this pack. People using their power-ups, stringing along the entire pack, increasing speed. Right now they're going up a little uphill. This is where the start finishes. You can see in the top right, it's a 7, 8, 6% incline. The finish is very deceiving because you go downhill and then you go uphill. And the uphill is a hard finish. Larry on the front, 400 watts, 165 heart rate. Look at his face below me. He's in the zone. He's here live in the studio. Busick also on the front. We've seen him on the front a couple times. Busick was here. All the names are here. New Heights. New Heights is a threat because he's so light and he can kind of slingshot up that hill. So if the B's can catch the C's and the D's, New Heights is one to look out for. Carver, a staple, one of the dirt, what do you call it? The leader of all events dirt. I can see the guys in front of me communicating. Let's see. It looks like they're doing a little tactics. Let's see if we can take a peek. Okay, the first B group. Okay, here's the second B group. I see Morgan. I'm wondering if Bob is here. Yes, I see Bob. Okay, here are the A's. The A's are coming past Bob's group right now. They are flying. They're all using their power-ups, going under the banner, because every time you go under the banner, you get a power-up, a new power-up opportunity. Here's Holden. You can see him getting out of the saddle. Third slot. That's Holden. He's the U.S. National Champion. There's only 10 riders in here, but they're working so well together, taking turns off the front. You can see the whole indoor specialist team. You can see the VR2209s of Ryan Larson, and you can see the dirt rider, Philippas and Jose Wentz. These riders are just flying. 400 watts, 6.4 watts per kilogram. These are just unbelievable numbers that we're looking at. Tyler West, another 400 watts, 186 heart rate. They're looking killer. Let's look at their faces. There's Holden in the top right. He's just looking around. He's biding his time. Looks focused. Oh, Bob below him. Bob is just absolutely destroying himself, and that's why I love it, because we can see the pain in Bob's face. Let's look at Bob. Oh, there's Bob. I saw Bob get past. I wonder if he was able to find a group. There's Bob with the Trek. I wonder if he's going to try to catch Joe Gehring and Tim Ellis, because that's a good pack. Come on, Bob. Grab Joe right there. 1 second up. That's your pack right there. Come on, Bob. So if Bob can get these 4 riders, that's a solid pack of 5 Bs working together. Come on, Bob. That's your pack. Nice, nice. Lock it in. So there's Bob. Once he can lock it into this draft, he can then recover a little bit. Recover a little bit, Bob. You're doing great. So there's Bob. He just grabbed this pack of 5. Come on, Bob. Grab Joe right there. Okay, back to the front. Right there. Come on, Bob. The A's again. These 300, 400 watts. Unbelievable numbers coming out of these A's. There's Bob. Let's look at Ryan. Ryan is still in this pack. He's just looking so cool and so calm. 165 heart rate. Let's give Ryan a ride on. Last week, Ryan won this entire race. The A's came out on top, and Ryan was the #1 finisher in the sprint. Ryan's the guy. It's going to be a great showdown if we can see Ryan versus Holden, because Holden is arguably the greatest sprinter in the whole game. He won the U.S. National Championship on his sprint. I want to see these two showdown. I want to see the A's catch them. But if you can see, look at, again, at my cursor, this mini map in the top right, you can see the D's are all the way over here. So they're pretty far ahead. There's Thoman, again, leading the B's. Let's see if we can get a little time gap going. So the A's are right here. I want to look at the B's. Okay, the front group of the B's. My estimates say about a minute, and the A's started 2 minutes behind. So this is going to be a really close showdown. I remember last time I did this race in the park perimeter, and when the A's came by, a couple B's were able to grab onto that draft, and in the final sprint, it was actually a B that won in the final sprint. So even if the A's come and catch the B's and the C's, some may be able to catch onto the wheels and outsprint the finish. A large group of B's still intact, and you can see the green jerseys of C's in the mix also, and that's what I was saying. The lower category riders can grab onto this draft of the higher categories, but still, I'm looking at numbers, 35 B's. New Heights is off the back, but I'm not worried about New Heights because a hill is coming and that's where he thrives. Here's Rob Bozovic. Rob's a big rider, but if he can grab that wheel, he can hold on. I don't know, it's getting away. Rich B, another contender, always there. All of these guys are just phenomenal riders. All know this course like the back of their hands. And you can see in this mini map, we're watching Ryan Larson. I want to grab Larry Parker because Larry's in this B pack. Here's Larry just going up the hill. You can see he's cranking at 10%. A big mix coming. The B's, the C's, the D's, all the colors are coming together. And here come the A's, the red A's charging hard. But they're going up a hill, so that gap will string out eventually. Guts, the legend of Guts, Larry. Here's Larry, 7.5, 167, 400 watts. He just crested the hill. He has a pack of 4, so these 4 can recover together. Double draft is on. If they're in the pack, they can recover together and pick up speed together. So there they go downhill, and you can see all the colors coming together. It's a complete blob. Everyone's discombobulated. All the colors, it's like a rainbow coming together. That's what Dirt's about. It's about all the categories. The D's, the C's, the B's, the A's. Again, this is Indoor Specialist. We're live on twitch.tv/Indoor Specialist, and we're also live on Facebook. I see an arrow power-up coming by. The arrow power-up, again, is just going to bring together the whole group even faster. The more that can get together. Okay, here's Stoneman telling the group, I'm off. Don't wait. Go, go, go. I want to do a count. Still 20. Over 20. I saw Walt. The studio would not be here without Walt. Let's do a quick shot of the studio. Walt built this whole thing with his bare hands. Him and I together. 500 watts trying to grab that wheel. Come on, Walt. And Walt's good. Okay. Walt's in it. Like I said, all the trainers, all the TVs, none of it will be possible without Walt. Here's Dan Pearson. Schmidt again. Dan Pearson in the pack. Still a lot of B's, C's, and D's are in this pack together. You can see on my screen on the right side, as I click through these names, you can see all the categories are together. The D's might be on the front, the B's might be on the front, but the C's are able to hold on. If you're in the draft, you can hold about 1 watt per kilogram less than the front. Now these riders, it's constantly undulating throughout this entire course. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. There's no rest. You're always on the pedals. You can see Pearson at 5.0. It just seems like there's always a power-up being used by some rider at some point, which is good to see because people hoarding power-ups, that's going to slow down the blob. But if you're using power-ups and you're moving to the front, that's going to bring the pack together at a faster speed. Jim McKenna, Larry's still here. Let's look at the big shot of all 4 riders. Top left, Ryan Larson. He's the champion of Dadurday last week. He was 15th in the U.S. National Championship. He has the watts for days. Top right is Holden. Holden's getting out of the saddle. He's in that A pack. I have a feeling the A's are looking hard. If you can compare the two on the top are the A's. I don't know. My money might be on Ryan because Holden looks like he's a little pained right now. Ryan looks so cool and calm, and the A's are right here. Oh my goodness, the A's are just, they're charging. So the A's are going to get the B's, I have a feeling. This is going to come down to the A's, the C's, and the D's. Both of the A's are still in the pack. Ryan in the top left and Holden in the top right. They're together riding in the same yellow jersey. Now the bottom is Larry, and the bottom left is Larry, and the bottom right is Bob. Bob found a little pack of 5 riders. Just killing himself here. Big shout out to Bob, giving everything he's got. I saw Bob, here's Bob. Bob's riding with Johnson, and it looks like these 3 A's might catch them, so I hope Bob can recover a little bit and grab their wheels. Back to the front. Those A's absolutely flying. Okay, Philippots, West. Okay, the same group of about 10 A riders are just gobbling up this entire course. They gobbled up the B's. I still see a small group of B's ahead of them, but it's just a matter of time before they get... Let's go all the way to the front and see who's left. Ooh, this B's 20 riders. I have a feeling when the A's come by, a couple of the B's are going to be able to latch on if they can use their power-ups strategically. I still don't see them behind them. Let's keep moving up and check the C's gap. Okay, if I had to guess, the C's are maybe 60 to 90 seconds ahead of that. The C's can hold off. Let's give Tired, aka Nigel, a ride on. Nathan Bursma, who can sprint over 1400 watts. This man, you can see his watts, 500, 600 watts. May be alarming, but I believe he's well over 100 kilogram, so he can really crank out the watts. The D's are still... Oh, the D's are crossing the start-finish banner on lap number 2. So Ledbetter is doing a phenomenal job leading these D's, the Bumblebee D's. Let's give all these guys a ride on because they're doing a phenomenal job, and the numbers look legitimate this time. All of these guys should have an FTP of 2.5 or below. So if you see numbers 4 to 5 to 6, throws off a red flag. But these numbers, I don't know. This might be a threat. Okay, here's Les Chadwick. Let's move back. Ed the Bazooka leading the C's. Here they go. Let's look at our 4 riders here that are live. Ryan in the top left, Holden in the top right. Both of them are together in the same A pack. Let's click back for the A's. They're in the pink jerseys. Holden just received his national championship jersey. We were taking pictures on our phones. I just stored it on Instagram. He's wearing the red, white, and blue stripes. This B pack is hanging out. Okay, so the A's are 22 seconds behind the B's. The A's are in the top, and the sole remaining B is Larry Parker in the bottom left. So they're holding off 22 seconds. The A's started 2 minutes behind the B's, so they've made up almost all the time. If I'm a B, I'm thinking, shake it out a little bit. We've done what we can. When the A's come by, give it 100% to grab the wheel. 17 seconds back. The A's are going to come by. I hope Larry knows. Okay, I see a feather power up right here for Larry. Let's watch Larry because the A's are going to come at any minute right now. Let's check out the mini-map. Let's zoom out. You can see this dot right here. Let's check out the view behind him. You can see, on that turn, you could see the pink riders. The pink riders are the A's. Each category wears the same jersey. They're doing 3 laps of the park perimeter, constant undulation. There's no reprieve anywhere on this course. You can see the pack right there looming behind. The ominous A's are lurking, stalking. So Larry has a feather. Here's what I'm thinking. If the A's come by at the exact moment of the start-finish banner, I can use my power-up right before the banner, and then I can possibly get another power-up as I go under the banner. So there's a double power-up opportunity. Check the time gap one more time. 13 seconds. It's coming. It's coming. It's gonna come no matter what. I know I just gave you a glimpse of the dirt sweatshirt. The dirt sweatshirt is back. It's washed. It's cleaned. Don't worry about that. It's back. Smelling fresh. Good as new. There are the A's. Okay, so the A's are gonna get him. The C's, the main C pack is still holding him off. Ed is leading his C's. Okay, and I was told to call these the C-men. The C-men are holding off everyone. But then again, the D's are still 2 minutes up, and that's perfect because the C's started 6 minutes back of the D's, and they have 2 minutes to make up on 1 lap. So they've been making up 2 minutes per lap, and they have 2 minutes to go on this last lap. It's going to be very close for the C's and the D's. Now it's a game of the A's and the B's. Okay, Larry, here they come, Larry. So here they come. The A's are here. If Larry can go, I want to find Larry. There's Larry. Okay, there's the first pink jersey. Come on, Larry. Oh my goodness, something just happened with Larry. Okay, Larry's still there. He hit the wrong button on his Apple TV. Oh no, Larry. Okay, Larry, here they come, Larry. Oh no. Okay, let me move on. Okay, stay with it, Larry. Larry just tried to hit the play pause button on the Apple remote is the power up, but Larry hit the wrong button, so he had a malfunction on his Apple TV. Still, let's look at these 4 riders. The top 2 are in the top left is Ryan Larson, last week's champion, 15th at the U.S. National Champion, and in the top right is Holden Comeau, wearing the Stars and Stripes, the official U.S. National Champion of Zwift. We're on Ryan's avatar right now. Still, this group of 10 A's, and you can see exactly what we were saying. 10 B's, over 10 B's were able to latch on to this A pack, and they're just staying in their draft. So you can look at that B's numbers. Let's look at these numbers quickly. So Schmidt 3.5, while a lot of these A's are at 4+, and that's the thing. They can stay in this draft if they ride strategically and ride smart. It's all a game. It's all about using the game to your advantage. If you're a B, you need to get off the front and you need to suck the wheel of these A riders. Okay, so now that we have a big group of A's and B's working together, here are the C's. Let's see if we can see a time gap from the C's to this AB pack. Might be about a minute to a minute 30. But you can see the numbers of the C's. They're going between 3 and 3.5. This AB pack is going 4+. They're going to absolutely fly down this hill. But it's a lot of time. I don't know. It's still going to be the C's and the D's. This might be a CD race. Which I love because that's what dirt is. We're the C's, the D's, and the B's mainly. Dirt stands for Dad's Inside Riding Trainers. Indoor Specialist is the combination of the dirt team and the professional team. I have 4 riders here live in studio. The top 2 A's are working together to catch the rest of these groups. So now the A's have caught the B's, and now it's up to them two to catch the C's and the D's. Anyone can win across any category. We've already done 2 laps of the park perimeter. We have the final lap. These D's are going up the final hill, 8% incline. You can see Holden in the top right, stretching it out. He's getting loose. He knows what's coming. The hill is coming. The last hard effort of this race. Jose Wentz absolutely charging this entire A and B, going at 500 watts. So 10 A's plus 15 B's. This is a pack of 25. And you can see they're going 36 miles an hour, contrasted to the C's going 14 miles an hour. Granted, they're going uphill, but still, those are some quite different speeds. And that's why we love this Dadurday race. It's a handicap race. All the groups start the exact time gap apart, so they all theoretically finish at the same time. You can see, okay, look at this mini map here. You can see this is the main AB pack, this is the C pack, and the D's are right here. You can catch them. This is the final lap. We've already done 2 laps. Between the A's and the D's, there was an 11-minute gap, and right now, it's a 1-minute gap between all the groups. Here's the Bumblebee D's, followed by the C-Men. Melina. Oh, Melina is there. I'm so happy. Ed is there. These guys will come together. It gets a little strung out after the crest, and only 20 seconds to Tyler West. Wow. Okay, and it looks like they've dropped all the B's. Yeah, so there is no B's left. These A's were just going way too hard up that hill. But Holden is here. Aaron Coles is still here. Matt Brandt, all of the A's, all the indoor specialists, including Ryan and including Yankow. And that's it. That's it. So it's a group of 8 now. 8 A's versus the entire C group. The A's have 30 seconds behind the C's, and then it's another 30 seconds to the 30 seconds. So the A's are trying to catch the C's, who are 30 seconds up, and then the D's are 30 seconds ahead of that. This is gonna come down really close. They have exactly, I'm looking over, 3 miles left. Okay, so 3 miles left. It's an 18-mile race. They've done 2.5 laps of a 3-lap race. Joe Donahue was here last week. Let's look at these 4 riders. Okay, so we're watching rider number... Okay, so there's Bob. Bob is still tackling it. Okay, so there's Ryan, and there's Larry. These are 2 VR2209 riders. That's their team. Go on ZwiftPower.com, click on VR2209, read the story. You're gonna love this team. Give these guys a ride on. Everyone's here live. Ryan's in the top left, Holden's in the top right. These are 2 of the 8A riders that were 30 seconds back, but I can see, I need to show you this. I can see the red starting to creep up. Look at this top right. You can see the red is right here. They're starting to creep up on the C group. So the C's are going to be toast. It's just a matter of time. Now it's going to be 41 seconds to the D's. It's going to be a 41-second race. The D's can hold off 41 seconds to the charging A's with less than 3 miles. It looks like about 2.6 miles left. Jose Wentz again with his massive watts. Give Jose a ride on. So there are the C's. It was good to see it. I wonder if any C's are going to be able to hold on. I doubt it. Jose's 10.0. Yikes. That's some serious watts. Okay, 8 D's still. 8 A's still. It's these 8 A's versus the D's. 40 seconds. The race is only 2 miles left. You can see on the right this time gap creeping down. 39, 38, 37. I have a feeling it's going to be the A's. And who has the power-ups? Okay, so let me look over my screen. And I want to see who has the power-ups. You can see Ryan is all the way on the left. He's in that elite group of A riders. And then Holden is Neo number 3. So it's Ryan and Holden, 35 seconds. There's Holden giving us the thumbs up. Holden knows destiny. He can feel it, he can taste it. 34 seconds. He knows the writing on the wall. Okay. Now it comes. Okay, what's Holden gonna do? Because I see over my shoulder, Holden has a truck power up. And it's gonna come down to the sprint. So I wonder what Holden's gonna do. Is he gonna hold the truck? Is he gonna dump it? Where is he? There he is. Alright, Holden, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna risk it, buddy? Are you gonna dump it or are you gonna go for it? Okay, so Ryan has aero power up. Holden only has the truck. I want to see if Holden's gonna dump it and roll the dice. Okay, he dumps it. He's rolling the dice, everybody. He's rolling it. 25% chance he gets the aero power up. But shh, don't tell him that Ryan already has the aero power up. And Ryan won last week in the sprint. So here's Holden. What's he gonna get? Should we leave it up to chance? Should I tell you guys what he's got? Okay, he's got a feather, which is okay because it's an uphill finish. That 10% incline, the feather's gonna lose 15 pounds. So he's gonna lose he's gonna gain 1 watt per kilogram up this sprint. If he could time it right, he can time the 15-second feather perfectly to equal this aero power up. Okay, so there's Holden. And there is Ryan. This is what it's gonna come down to. It's gonna come down to these A's. It looks like the A's are gonna catch. There's 7 seconds, so that the D's are toast. The D's are toast. It's gonna be a race of the A's. Coles is also here. Now, Coles got second at the Australian E-Crit National Championship. So Coles has a fierce sprint. You have to stay alert for Coles. probably the deadliest Australian sprint. Comeau, probably the deadliest American sprint. And then Ryan Larson, who can go early and who can hold it. So it's going to be a race of these 3 riders. That's my prediction. 8 A's, 1 mile left to go. Is someone going to go early? If anyone's going to go early, it's going to be Yankow. Okay, and there he goes. He's using his truck power up. Maybe he's trying to catch a draft off of these D's to go. Okay, so now it's a race of 2 riders. It's the top 2 riders. It's going to be Holden. It's going to be Larson. They can see their screens next to each other. They know what each other has. They know the power-ups. Okay, we're on Larson. Let's stay on Larson. Let's look for red numbers. Jose's going to lead him out. Who's it going to be? Tyler West, Holden Comeau, Ryan Larson, Jose Wentz, Aaron Coles, Matt Brandt. Matt Brandt! Oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot about Matt Brandt. Matt Brandt also has one of the nastiest sprints here. Alright, less than half a mile to go. 1 minute till the finish. This is an A race. The A's have caught all the other riders. The B's, the C's, and the D's. And now it's between the A's. Okay, a feather's being dumped. Activitas, Swedish rider, is using his feather. Let's get a great angle for this finish. Okay, someone's using the arrow. Tyler's using his arrow power up. He's going to increase speed downhill. Okay, here's Aaron. Aaron has his arrow power up. Okay, there goes Holden. Watch Holden. Watch Holden in the top right. Go, 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 go. Okay, there's Coles. There's Coles off the front. Here comes Holden. Here comes Ryan. Here comes Holden. It's Ryan versus Holden. It's Ryan. Holden. It's Ryan. It's Holden. It's Ryan. Ah! Oh, it's Ryan with his arrow power up. Ah, the arrow power up won the race. Okay, let's check out Larry. And I can have... There's a little smell of something burning in the studio right now. I think these guys just broke all of us Neos. Okay, so let's find Larry. Larry's the next one to finish. Alright, let's all cheer on Larry. Okay, Larry's with a group of B's and C's. Here's a group of B's. Let's watch this B finish right here. Schmidt's got a sprint. Schmidt has the arrow power up. Here comes Carver. Here comes Dickens. Schmidt with the arrow going uphill. It might be a little early. Someone might be able to catch off its draft. Dickens is behind. Here comes Carver. Carver with the red numbers. There goes Carver. There goes Carver with the van. Carver, is he going to sneak by him? Come on, Carver. Come on, Carver. Come on, Carver. Ooh. Looks like he snuck into second in that pack. Okay, here's Walt. Walt's coming to the finish, but I want to find Larry. Okay, so here's Larry. Here's Larry's pack. Okay, Larry's got the feather. I want to watch Larry's finish. I want to see how hard he can go. Okay, Larry, we're watching you. Okay, Larry's the next one to finish. He's in a pack of 8. There's an A rider, there's a C rider, there's 5 B's, and there's also 1 D. So what's Larry gonna do? His heart rate's 161. He's in the zone. He's right at threshold, 250 watts. He's on the front. All right, Larry, move back, move back. Guts is there. Guts can win. I want Larry to slingshot through the group and catch the draft because he has a feather power up. Okay, there he is. Okay, here's Larry. Let's stay on Larry. Come on, Larry. Oh, Larry. Keep pressing the wrong button. So Larry keeps going. Larry goes in and out. Let's watch that group anyways. Okay, there's Guts. It's Guts versus Woo. It's Guts versus Woo. I think Woo's got it. I think Woo's got it. Guts second. Dornbach's third. And I'm going to ride by all those riders. Let's give him a ride on. Here's Pearson just finishing. Great ride. You can see all the categories are mixed. All right, last rider. There's Ryan. He just finished. There's Bob. There's Larry. There's Holden. Okay, here's Bob. Okay, Bob. Here's Thoman, the leader of the Bees. Let's just catch Bob. Clicking back, I'm clicking back. I'm trying to peek over my screen to see where Bob is. Okay, Bob was with more. Okay, there's Bob. Okay, Bob is with Johnson, 2C Riders, and Morgan. Okay, so Bob is still here. Bob's got a little time to finish. So wow, we just saw Holden versus Larson, the showdown to the sprint. Larson eked it out with his aero power-up. I'm watching Bob. Bob's here from Philly. He drove 90 minutes at 4 a.m. Love Bob. He was telling me about his college tour with his kids. 3 B's, 3 C's with Bob. I want to stay on Bob. So you can hear the guys talking. They just finished. Here's the overview. So the top right is Holden. He just finished. Top left is Ryan Larson. He just finished. And the bottom left is Larry Parker. All 3 of those guys are done. You can hear them chatting. They're talking about that sprint finish. It was a phenomenal race. But right now we're clicked on Bob Victor. Bob looks like he's absolutely giving it everything he has. Look at his face. Just destroying himself. He has one more chance for a power-up. He has nothing right now. He's going to stay in this draft. I think he's going to go into the banner. Let's see what kind of power-up he has. 1.3 miles from this banner to the finish line. All the fans are blowing. Windows are open here. It's electric. You can hear the guys talking. Everyone's having a great time. Bob got nothing. No power for Bob. Okay. So it's going to be a finish between Bob, Morgan, Restrepo, and that's it. Just 3 of those guys now. I wonder if they can work together and they can catch Joe Gehring and this other rider, because they're only 11 seconds back and they have a group of 3 riders. But wow, again, Saturday, Dadurday race. It's a chase race. We're live on twitch.tv/indoor specialist and also Facebook. Let me check the comments quickly. Go Bob. Yeah, we all love Bob. Bob's a regular at the dirt rides. Awesome finish. Yeah, so a lot of these guys are brand new riders, just entered on Zwift Power. We're still getting everyone settled. No, a lot of people might think that they know more about the game, but like I said, some of these guys are brand new at racing. We're trying to get everyone started. We're trying to get everyone settled. Yeah, this event is on Saturday. Dadurday, Saturday, play on words. The dirt team is the dads, stands for Dads Inside Riding Trainers. So that's why we have Dadurday. It's a play on words. Let's check out Bob. Bob's almost coming around to the finish line right now. Standing up, just getting out of the saddle. 4 seconds back. Come on, Bob. Grab those 4 in front of you. Those 2 in front. So we're watching Bob's finish 3 seconds back. They're going to catch Joe Gehring. Okay, they dropped Johnson. Greg Johnson, they dropped. So Bob's group has now joined up Joe. And I wonder if they're able to catch Rob Bozovic. Okay, so now this group has 4. Come on, Joe. Try to get that wheel. Okay, so it's going to be a Bob, Steve showdown. So we're watching the Dadurday chase race. The D's started first, then the C's, then the B's, then the A's. The A's won the entire race, and it came down to a Ryan Larson, Holden Comeau, Stars and Stripes showdown. Ryan eked it out on the finish line with his aero power up by less than 1/10 of a second. Holden, second place. Both of them with a nasty sprint. And here's Bob, our final B rider, coming down the hill for a quick uphill up to the finish line. Come on, Bob, stay on Steve's wheel. Use Steve. Okay, there's Bob. He's going uphill for the finish. Come on, Bob. Come on, Bob. Okay, here goes Bob to the finish. You can see the finish line 100 meters away. Come on, Bob. Come on, Bob. Come on, Bob. Stomp it out. Go, Bob. 6.0. Here goes Bob. Is Gehring going to get him? Bob with the red numbers. Come on, Bob. Oh, Bob gets it. Bob gets it with that group. Wow. Again, 4 riders. Let me show you the overview. There's Bob on the right, just absolutely gave it everything he had, completely empty. The other 3 riders finished. Huge ups to all 4 of these riders. We're here live, we're here in the studio. This is Indoor Specialist. This is the Dirt Team. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Same time, same place. I'm Sterny. It's been a pleasure. Have a good one, guys.